Hi everyone, my name is Owen Magabinawo and welcome to H.Y.V.A, where we help entrepreneurs find more time in their day to focus on what really matters by providing them with capable virtual assistants. And today I have Joel Adams from victorypole.com. He's actually my client and we want to just talk about, his experience making use of HYVA virtual assistant, as well as challenges he had with the entire process of working with virtual assistants before he came to us. So before we get started, Joel, why don't you tell us a little bit about what your business is all about and a quick history as to how you got started in your business.
So what Victory Poll is, what we do is we try to, our goal is to democratize politics. So what we try to do is take the last vestige of the big campaigns with polling and bring it down to campaigns that typically can't afford them. Oftentimes smaller campaigns either don't do any or they end up doing nothing but kind of robotic type things, automated calls and that kind of thing, and it just simply doesn't work well. It doesn't provide accurate data, and so what we're trying to, for a very low cost, and actually our introductory fee is like $600, that gets you on board with us, and you can do as many polls as you want to do. You provide the manpower for it through your volunteers on the campaign, and we provide professional reports on the back end and all of the data in the meantime, and we help you create the polls to make sure that they're effective for you as well. So that's a pretty basic idea of Victory Poll.
Awesome.
And my partner and I, Matt Wyatt, are working on that, and this is the first big season for that, which is why one of the main projects I've been using the virtual assistants for is to develop and cull through all the lists around the country of all different people filing to run. And so as they dig through those, and we try to access that data so we know who we're targeting, because a traditional lead sourcing venue isn't going to be able to keep up with the real time changes that go on in the political world like that. So that's really why I wanted to use the assistants there, but I also use them for a variety of other things too. I think one of the main things they do, they're able to very quickly kind of when I have to do mass mailings and things like this, but I want to personalize them, and I don't have either the ability or the desire to do something that's quite like a mail merge. I can quickly, transfer data over to them, and I know that it's going to get out there and get done right. So that's very helpful.
Awesome. And before we even talk about details about what they do for you currently, I just want to always go back to the beginning of, before you got to the point where you felt like you needed a virtual assistant, so that we can, work the listener, listen to this, where were you at the point where you felt like, I need to get a virtual assistant? What was your business like? What were you doing that made you realize that you needed to get a virtual assistant?
Well, I think I might have come at it a little bit differently than a lot of people do, and in this sense, perhaps it was a bit of a challenge at the beginning, but it might also be a different way of looking at it that may attract a different clientele than maybe you're used to, because I really came into this not thinking that I needed a virtual assistant, but wanting to try it and wanting to experiment and see how it could work and see how it could start shaving off time from things that I was doing that I thought I had to be the one doing.
Okay,
I thought I had to do all this stuff.
So you were not at the stage where you were bogged down with a lot of work. Like a lot of my clients come where they're like really like bogged down with work and they want to get focus on more important stuff in their business. You just probably heard about it and you felt, let me try this. What did you hear about virtual assistants from, the whole concept? I'm just curious.
I think my initial introduction to the concept actually came through Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Workweek. And I'm a big fan of Tim Ferriss in general, so he's just a great guy, as far as I can tell. So that kind of got me digging around and looking at a variety of options and talking to a few companies. And when I spoke to you, it just seemed like the best possible fit. I think it became very powerful to me to be able to communicate and actually ask questions of the VAs and be able to say, what do you feel strong at? What gets done quickly in your head? How do you just think through things? And I found that this most recent project, working on the candidate development and researching out, it's still research, it's still web-based research, the same as the other stuff, but because of the way it's organized, because it's less report-oriented and more spreadsheet and database build-out oriented, it just fit better with what they could do. And so it's been a great project, and I think I've been getting great results out of that for sure.
That way of thinking, of being able to delegate work to someone based on creating systems around the work they're about to do, How has that been beneficial so far? Because I think this is the direction we had to push you into when you started working with us. But how's that whole mindset working for you now?
It's working pretty well now, I think. I mean, I think once we had developed the processes so that that everyone understood each other clearly, I think it quickly got to the point where we essentially had a system, and so now, I mean, if I even have a crazy day and I don't get to anything, like they know exactly what to do, and it's already there. It's defaulted. It's like it's totally automated, and then I'll interject with other things that have to interrupt that process along the way. But for the most part, I can kind of really just sit back and know that these things are getting done, and my Dropbox is filling up, and there's more documents being completed in there, and I don't even have to think about it. So setting up those systems and making sure that things are once everything's in place, then it becomes very truly automated, which is what we're all after, I think, in the long run here.
Man, Joe, I really appreciate you doing this. Spending this time doing this testimonial with us.